Namaste everyone. Today we are going to understand how the transit of Rahu and Ketu in Taurus and Scorpio is going to affect us. I will be focusing on the important points, not going, all the stories in it. So try to give attention. I will be talking on your individual chart, how it's going to affect as well as the mundane. Okay. So try to write all the points if you feel important. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and like the video. Rahu and Ketu have moved from Gemini Sagittarius axis to Taurus Scorpio axis on 23rd September 2020. Now, Taurus, where Rahu is moving, is the sign falls in the second house of Kalpurush Kundali. Now, it talks about food, it shows our family, it talks about your savings. See, 11th house is of gain, where you receive the paycheck and you put that money in bank, in your locker, in your savings. That goes the fourth from it, which is the second house. So second house is of savings. Now Rahu transit in Taurus will specifically, it will trigger two events majorly here. One is the food poisoning and another one is the financial attacks, the scams, the cons, hacking attacks on your finances. Now in the individual chart, we have to again check if it is the nakshatra lord. Okay, for example, Rahu when will go to Rohini, the lord will be moon of that nakshatra. Now where moon is placed, which conjunctions it is creating, and the sublord, where is it placed and what connections it is making in the chart. So we have to see all of that. But in the mundane chart, we can clearly say that there will be hacking attacks between September 2020 to April 2022. There will be hacking attacks on the financial organization, financial institution, and many financial institutions will bankrupt and they will shut down. So this is a period now most of us spend without thinking. We go to a shopping mall or we just go to market, we buy things and give our card and just make the payment and get back home. This is not the time to do that. In this period, try to be cautious about every spending you are making. So if you go for shopping, first have a list of essentials. Cluttering you shouldn't do in this time. You have to focus on decluttering. Only buy what is important for you. Because Rahu will create these desires, these illusions for you, or some person is coming to you with some offer. Just check all the facts and figures without acting over it. Okay. Now Ketu moving to the 8th sign Scorpio. Now 8th house represents mysteries, mystical things, occult. It shows inheritance. What you receive from your elders, from anyone, from some your well-wisher after their death. Okay. And Ketu shows what you receive after your death. Means death of your past life. So in the past life, when you died and you born here in this life, so what you have received from that life to this life, that is Ketu. So Ketu going to Scorpio is gonna be a big journey. This will be a period where emotionally specifically you will feel like getting teared apart. Like Rahu is the head, Ketu is the body. The same way you will see like someone is tearing you apart, specifically in the relationships. You will see there will be this big transformation in your life. There will be this churning where many issues will come up in relationship. You will see many things will come up, specifically if sun placed in the Taurus in your chart. That is one Nadi technique I am sharing here. That if sun is placed in the Taurus sign in your chart, then Rahu moving to Taurus and Ketu 7th from it in the Scorpio, you will see a lot of differences with your partner, and they will be Rahu and Ketu are separated planet, so they will impact the sun and you will see that the desire to separate from your partner, specifically if you are a female. So if your wife has this placement or your girlfriend have this placement, then just be cautious. If you hear something like, I just wish, I just want to go to the hills, I just want to go to beaches, and I want to be alone, it is time to make a good relation with her. Try to listen to her, try to understand her, because there will be going to, if you avoid, it will result in divorce or maybe worse situation than that. Heartbreaking issues will be there. But on the positive side, Rahu in the Taurus and Ketu in the Scorpio, it gives you a great time for learning astrology, for learning spirituality, to connect with your spiritual self. Most importantly, if you want to dive into your subconscious mind and know your physical conscious, your emotional conscious, your spiritual conscious or subconscious mind, that is great time for that. Specifically if this Rahu or Ketu transit is making any connection with Venus. If the Ketu and Scorpio are connecting anyhow in your chart with Venus, now Venus represents Veda mantra. The mantras or the teachings or the wisdom or the knowledge which has more than one meaning. Okay. So Veda mantra tells you spirituality about the God. It also helps you to survive in this materialistic world. It talks about different aspects. The same mantra. So it is a great time to learn Veda mantras for you now. You have lived your life in the materialistic world or in the illusions. See, there are so many spiritual guru. Every guru talks something different. One guru says go to north, other says go to south. The third comes says go upwards, jump. And we are confused. What should I do? In that time, Veda mantra becomes the most important guide for us. Just like Google Map. You know what you do? You just turn on Google Maps, you sit in your car and you start driving. Okay, whatever the map is telling you, you start following. The same way. Veda mantra takes you to your destination, to the peace, to prosperity. So if anyhow it is making the connection, it is the best time to move for it. Okay. Now, Rahu and Ketu transit national wise, because in the nation we live in, that is very important for us, because if something happens in the nation, we will also get affected. Now in the chart of India, India was born when there was a Taurus Lagna rising and Rahu was in Kritika Nakshatra in the Taurus and Ketu was in Scorpio in the 7th. Now whenever Rahu again comes, see, when India was born, there was a lawless situation. Congress party killed so many Indians, they created riots. It was the Congress party who created riots. It was Mahatma Gandhi or Jawaharlal Nehru who forced people to create riots, who sent their goons just to fight and just to kill people, so riots will start. Now again, in 66, we saw when Rahu and Ketu came to Taurus Scorpio axis, we saw Lal Bahadur Shastri ji got assassinated. Also that was a time where we saw a great rise of a leader in the shadows. Okay? A leader was started rising in the shadows, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. So at that time, some bad incident happened and some good. A vigilante rose. So he was not following any law, he was not following anything. His only aim was to destroy the foreign intelligence in India and to destroy the people who were trying to loot India or to make it weak. In 84 again, when Indira Gandhi was killed, was a moment just after that many vigilante they started rising in the nation. There was a lawless situation. There were riots, there were fights, there were so much stress and pain and panic all around the nation in both the periods, as well as at the birth of the nation. Now again, the same transit is occurring here. Specifically, we will see between September 2021 to April 2022. So that will be a September 21 to April 22 will be a most intense period when we will see riots and lawless situation, panic, pain, sufferings, and a lot of anxiety and depression in the nation. The chances, now here we have to check the chart of the leader also. When I check the Nadi chart of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, then I matched it with the chart of nation. There will be an assassination attempt on the life of Prime Minister. So Indian intelligence has to be really careful. Specifically, the assassination will be, there will be involvement of CIA, which is American intelligence, and KGB, which is Russian intelligence. They will be working together. Yeah, many of us know America and Russia as enemies, but they will be working together for this assassination attempt. So Indian intelligence agency should prove their worth and they should not keep sleeping as before. You see, in 66, KGB and CIA officers, they assassinated, they killed Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri, and Raw was sleeping. Oh, I'm sleeping. You kill our president, our prime minister. We don't care. We are sleeping. In 84, when Indira Gandhi was killed, the intelligence agency is not only about the foreign nations. It's about inside also. But they were completely careless about it. It is the leader, it is the king of your nation. You have to be really careful. Now again, I'm not going into what kind of person Indira Gandhi was, whether she should be killed or not. I'm not going into the spiritual or philosophical aspect of it, but she is a leader. Okay, so it is the moral duty, it is the legal duty of intelligence to collect intelligence from everywhere, and police department must have acted on time to save her. But they both failed. Again, we will see the same situation. And that is why I see a strong rise of some vigilante groups rising in the nation. There will be riots, there will be panic, there will be a lot of situation specifically in that period. But in that period, the rise will intense and it will come in front, it will be exposed, but the plotting will start from now only. Within a month or 2 months, we will see the symptoms coming to us. The plotting will start from now. So this is a time we have to be really careful.